This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's newsletter, Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter, for June 15, 2025. Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter, or ZIFL, Volume 29, Number 12, is the source for the insurance fraud professional. You can subscribe to the newsletter at the link provided in the blog posting. Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter continues its 29th year of publication, dedicated to those involved in reducing the effect of insurance fraud. ZIFL is published 24 times a year by Claim School and is written by me. It is provided free to anyone who visits the site in the link provided. You can read the full 25-page issue of the June 15, 2025 newsletter at the link provided in the blog. This issue contains some of the following articles about insurance fraud. First, fraud is a crime that should never pay, and fraud eliminates the right to no-fault benefits. A court in the Midwest eliminated an attempt to defend no-fault placement facility in a case called Aric Lynn Holloway II versus Memberselect Insurance Company et al. In the Michigan Insurance Placement Facility, decided by the Court of Appeals of Michigan on May 29, 2025, where the plaintiff unsuccessfully attempted to convince the Court of Appeals to allow the fraud to succeed. You can read the full article and the full 25-page issue of ZIFL at the link provided. Next is a listing of health insurance fraud convictions where the United States Department of Justice and state departments of justice seem to have been very active in arresting and prosecuting insurance fraud perpetrators who are attempting to take money from the United States and its Medicare, Medicaid, and other health insurance programs. The first article of insurance fraud convictions is about a Louisiana man who pleaded guilty to a $3.8 million durable medical equipment fraud scheme. Michael L. Riggins, 62, of West Monroe, Louisiana, pleaded guilty on June 5, 2025, in connection with a 5-year scheme to submit millions of dollars in fraudulent claims to Medicare for expensive and medically unnecessary medical equipment. You can read this article and dozens of other articles of convictions for insurance fraud at the link provided in the blog. Next is more McClenny, Mosley & Associates issue. This is ZIFL's 48th installment of the saga of McClenny, Mosley & Associates and its problems with the federal courts in the state of Louisiana, and what appears to be an effort to profit from what some magistrate and district judges indicate may be criminal conduct to profit from insurance claims relating to hurricane damage to the public of the state of Louisiana. What follows is about the Morris Bart law firm who filed a motion for summary judgment in bankruptcy court against McClenny, Mosley & Associates, or MMA. Morris Bart moved for summary judgment in the adversary proceeding it brought against MMA in the bankruptcy court in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas Houston Division. You can read the full article at the link provided, along with the full issue of Zalma's insurance fraud letter. Next is a listing of fraud convictions for other than health insurance fraud, where 5 men pleaded guilty to their roles in global digital asset investigation scam conspiracy, resulting in a theft of more than $36.9 million from the victims. Joseph Wong, 33, of Alhambra, California; Yisheng Zhang, 39, of China; Jose Somariba, 55, of Los Angeles; Sheng He of La Puente, California. All were part of an international criminal network that induced U.S. victims, believing they were investing in digital assets, to transfer funds to accounts controlled by co-conspiracies, and that laundered victims' money through U.S. shell companies, international bank accounts, and digital asset wallets. The 5 men pleaded guilty for their roles in laundering more than $36.9 million from victims of an international digital asset investment fund conspiracy that was carried out from fraud centers in, of all places, Cambodia. You can read this article in the full 25-page issue of Zalma's insurance fraud letter and all of the convictions related there. This video was adapted from my blog, Zalma on Insurance, which describes this issue of ZIFL, and is available to anyone who clicks on the URL zalma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog, and if you do, you'll receive notice of every blog posting, usually 5, sometimes 6 a week, and you will gain access to the more than 5,050 blog postings. You can also subscribe to these videos on YouTube and rumble.com, and to the newsletter at the links provided in this blog posting. If you're interested in further detail about insurance, insurance law, insurance claims, and insurance fraud, please consider subscribing for a very small fee to my Substack publication, and please tell your friends and colleagues about this blog and ZIFL so that they too can subscribe. Thank you for your attention.